Hi everyone, my name is Olga Cardamone, and this video is my attempt to briefly share with you what are some of the most important things to see in the Hermitage Museum. I have to start by telling you that even if you're not a huge fan of museums, the Hermitage is still definitely worth seeing. First of all, it gives you amazing insight into Russian history, and in the Hermitage, you can see the rooms where Catherine the Great, Princess Anastasia, or Rasputin himself once walked. The second reason is that it is one of the best art galleries in the world, and in the Hermitage, you can see some of the most famous art masterpieces in the world. Finally, a huge part of the Hermitage Museum was built in the middle of the 19th century, especially to be a museum. And that means that in the Hermitage, you can see not only some amazing masterpieces, but these masterpieces are placed in really unique museum interiors, decorated beautifully, and those interiors are masterpieces in and of themselves. Anyway, somebody once counted that if you come to the Hermitage Museum and spend a minute in front of each item, it will take you 8 years to see everything. And I doubt that any of you have that much time to spend in St. Petersburg. So today I'm going to tell you what are some of the most important things to see there. And of course, most of you would start your visit to the Hermitage Museum entering from the main entrance in the Winter Palace. And the first thing that you're going to see is the main staircase, decorated beautifully with marble and gold. And as you go up the staircase, you will need to turn left so you can see some of the most beautiful reception halls of the Winter Palace, including ballrooms, memorial halls, and the throne room, of course. All of those rooms are gorgeous. And then please keep following that corridor, and eventually you will come to the famous Pavilion Hall. It's all decorated with marble, and you will see that there are little tables all around the room. Make sure to check them out because those tables are all decorated in mosaic technique, but the mosaic pieces are tiny, approximately 1 millimeter. So it's really worth seeing. And of course, the centerpiece of the Pavilion Hall is the famous peacock clock, created in the middle of the 19th century by the famous British clockmaker James Cox. If you keep going down the same corridor, you will end up in the third building of the Hermitage that is called the New Hermitage. And as I mentioned earlier, it was built in the middle of the 19th century, especially to be a museum. And once you are on the main staircase of that building, if you go straight, it will take you to the Italian collection. If you turn right, it will take you to the Dutch collection, where you can start your art exploration with pieces by Rembrandt. Anyway, no matter which way you decide to go first, you will eventually make a circle. So you can go either way, you will still see all the highlights. And here are the highlights that you need to make sure not to miss in this building of the Hermitage. First of all, in the Italian collection, there is an amazing fresco by Fra Beato Angelico called Madonna with Child, St. Dominic and St. Thomas Aquinas. It's an actual piece of a wall that never left the museum, even during World War II, when a lot of the pieces were evacuated from there. So make sure to check it out. If you keep going straight, you will see the Da Vinci Room with two pieces by Leonardo da Vinci, both Madonnas, one called the Benoit Madonna and the other one, the later one, called the Lita Madonna. Then, right next door to it is the room of Titian, where you can see at least 3 beautiful pieces by that artist. If you keep following the corridor, eventually you will end up in the Spanish Skylight, and there you will see some great works by Velázquez and Goya, and finally you will finish your circle in the room of Rembrandt. You will see that that room is filled with works by Rembrandt, but 2 works not to miss are called Danae It was actually damaged during the 80s and recently has been restored. And The Return of the Prodigal Son, which is one of the most famous paintings in our museum. So that would end your exploration of the classic art collection of the Hermitage, but I know that some of you are really interested in seeing the Impressionists and Post-Impressionists, and I love those artists too. And if you want to see some of the amazing works by Monet, Renoir, Cézanne, Van Gogh, Matisse, Picasso, you can see all of those just across the square from the main Hermitage complex in the building called the General Headquarters Buildings. It requires a separate ticket, but it's definitely worth it if you are interested in art of that period. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions about the Hermitage Museum, about any particular pieces and where to find them, please feel free to leave them in the comment section and I would love to help you. I hope that you subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more videos about Russia. Thank you. Bye, everyone.